Hey folks, Deano here again. This time taking another quick look at a Star Wars The Black Series figure. This one is the Grand Inquisitor, as seen in the Obi-Wan Kenobi show. And yeah, we already know, like, this isn't everyone's favourite look for the Grand Inquisitor. Like, he was a lot better in Rebels, let's just say that. He was a lot more menacing and cunning and all the rest of it. But when I seen this guy in the Boxing Day sales for a tenner, I thought, why not? Let's have another dark side user on the shelf. Plus, he does look quite menacing in figure form. Not so much in live action, but hey-o. So yeah, let's take a quick look at the packaging. So, Star Wars, Obi-Wan Kenobi, that nice blue colour, Grand Inquisitor, picture of him on the side, with the actor looking as bored as he did in the show, and little blurb on the back with him. And yeah, very quick box. All Star Wars Black Series boxes are pretty much identical. So yeah, in terms of accessories, he comes with, well, if you include the cloth goods, 2 accessories, but you can't really take the cape off. He comes with his, well, the signature Inquisitor curved handled lightsaber that is supposed to spin. Obviously, a figure this small, you wouldn't expect that, but it is quite cool nonetheless. Quite a shame that we only get the extended version, and spoilers for the next one, Reva only comes with the folded down version. I don't know why we couldn't just have both, especially considering they gave Reva her destroyed lightsabers for when she, spoilers, fights Vader and loses spectacularly. But yeah, standard with these, they're a bit soft plastic. Details are okay, but they're a bit blurry, so to speak. But yeah, you can take the blades out, but because it's softer plastic, they do not like staying straight on in place, so you have to fiddle with that a wee bit. Yeah, one cool thing is, if you take these off, I've heard, oh, that does actually work. If you sort of screw the lightsabers out, it comes out a bit easier, which that does actually appear to be the case. So yeah, he has 2 holes in the back, 2 holes on the hilt, and it just plugs in like so. That looks pretty good. I'm sure that's how he stored it both in the show and in Rebels. So yeah, really nice. Do enjoy that. But yeah, that's everything he comes with, unfortunately. Mine's is also suffering a little bit from QC. Most of the joints are okay, but this arm is just, that's just a floppy mess. This arm's okay. It's literally just this one. It's just very floppy, which is a shame. But yeah, in terms of details, in the show and in figure form, this big armor plate just makes him look a bit tubby, to be completely frank. Like, I don't know why they needed that, seeing as how if you look underneath, he's actually got some of the detailing. It's a bit dark because it's a completely black outfit, but he's got most of the detailing from Rebels under there, which they're probably going to reuse at some point for a Rebels version. because Rebels, he didn't have this big massive piece. He only had the sort of top bit, if I recall. He didn't have the cape. So at some point he gets rid of that. But yeah, all in all, the details on the figure aren't bad. It's mostly just plastic colours. He has quite a few soft pieces. And yeah, reds are painted quite nicely. His Grand Inquisitor logo isn't bad. And the face actually looks better than it does in the show. It's a bit more elongated in the figure, which I think Hasbro done deliberately. But yeah, it does look quite nice. I do like it. It definitely has a dark side user look about it. So yeah, in terms of articulation, the head can go up really far actually. Can go down a decent amount as well. It's just ball pegs, so a lot of pivot and swivels in there, both at the top and bottom of the neck. These are just a very soft rubbery piece. This being a newer sort of figure, a lot of it is just rubber overlay, so they can get the look across to the figure without really breaking sculpt, which is a decent idea, I have to say. You can, if you push it, go up past 90. With that, you can do the swivel, but these big pieces get in the way. They are attached to the sort of butterfly joint, but at the same time so is the cape, so you can't really move it, to be honest. He has a hinge and a swivel at the elbow, which gets past 90. You get hinge and swivel at the wrist. Diaphragm joint. You get some decent movement as well. Legs can go up that far. They've got a bit of a ratchet at them. You can make him kind of do the splits if you get those rubber pieces out the way. He does have a thigh swivel, bit tight. He has single joint knee, still gets past 90, which also has a swivel as well. And you have normal Hasbro toe articulation with the really good ankle pivot. So yeah, all in all, a good representation of an unfortunately under-equipped character, shall we say? Because yeah, in Kenobi, he was nothing like he was in Rebels. I'm sorry. In Rebels, he was, as I said at the start, he was cunning and just always seemed one step ahead of the Rebels crew. Whereas in the Kenobi show, he couldn't control Reva, and a couple episodes in, spoilers, gets stabbed in the chest. Which I think the fact that he survived that, poor Qui-Gon, seems to be the only person in Star Wars history to ever die from a gut shot with a lightsaber. But hey-oh, what are you going to do? But yeah, he is still a decent figure. I'm not going to take that away from him. It's just, he's let down by the same design as the Kenobi show himself, or the Kenobi show itself. Which, yeah, when you think about it, really does thing with the show altogether, doesn't it? But yeah, guys, that'll do it for this review. I'll see y'all later.